Hello there, this is CANWAN Kenan from Kenan Place, and today we're gonna play part 8 of Signers. Alright, this looks like Suho face with blood on his face and his green eyes as always. Alright, let's load game and see what part 8 is all about. Let's click on this. Right, so he's left home, and alright, let's start. With Sarah staying at home, I knew I couldn't afford to wait for Marcus to show up at my house, thus prompting me to make an early escape. I headed to my former workplace, the warehouse which Mr. Murdo had me moving furnitures, assuming that it would be the second place Marcus would think to check. And surely enough, before I could even walk through the gates, the man in question stood in my way. Well, someone's eager this morning. What are you doing here so early? I was almost relieved to hear Marcus' voice greet me, offering a familiar alternative to the rest of my depressing morning. Without work and school, I have nothing to do with my time, and with Sarah as lethargic as I've never seen her, it will be difficult to lift my spirits. Is it a crime to show up to work early? In my eyes, it is, definitely. Even if you are still working here, your shift wouldn't start for another half an hour. It's only 8:30 AM? Whatever, it's not I'm planning on making a habit of showing up this early. Still, to think that I can't go to work at the right time without Sarah send me off, how pathetic. And what about you? You don't start for another hour, half an hour yourself. I'm waiting for you, of course. My day cannot possibly start until I see your refreshing face. Sorry, just took a sip of water right there. Alright, sorry I asked, Marcus. Anyway, aren't we going to start just yet, are we? Though, to be honest, I'm actually a little eager to vent my frustration in a gym, or do he mean in the ring? Nah. When it comes to bodybuilding, martial arts and like that, rest is just as important as training. Even so, that doesn't mean you're free to do as you please. Before we get started on today's training, there are a few people I think you should meet. Okay, who are the few people we should meet? Let's go. Oh, a Chinese restaurant. Oh, nice. Oh, the lantern here. Alright, let's go in. Leaving work as soon as I arrive, Marcus dragged me to a Chinese restaurant on the other side of town. Lee's Diner, a quiet place many districts away from my current home. Usually I put up a little more resistance, but without anything in my stomach, I'm not about to turn down a proper meal. We arrived via public transport, taking our sweet time to get there. Apparently, Marcus made his way to work on foot, leaving us without a car for the time being. But with a free breakfast on my mind, I wasn't going to complain about a little walking. Free breakfast? Are you sure Marcus came all the way here so far just to eat breakfast? You are quite simple, Suho? Upon entry, it quickly became obvious that we were the only patrons present. The only other humans present were 3 staff members, likely the Lee family. I took a seat and waited while my partner walked around the restaurant. Good morning, sir. How can I help you today? Yo! Alright, this girl seems quite scared, right? Alright, Mrs. Lee seems quite scared. Alright, Mr. Lee seems quite fierce. That time already, huh? Well, let's get a move on. Suho closed the blinds and locked the door. Hey, why would I? Just do it. You're my henchman now. You're my henchman. Marcus proceeded into the next room, taking Mr. and Mrs. Lee with him. By the time I did as Marcus asked, the 3 of them were already out of earshot. Whatever they want to talk about is apparently private even from me. Oh hell, like I'm not gonna listen in? Who's that little girl? The second I rose on my feet, a little girl blocked my path. No doubt, the daughter of the couple escorting Marcus She stood directly in front of me with her arms wide. Either she's desperate for a hug, maybe, or this girl doesn't want me to state my curiosity. Fine, I get it, no use dropping. I sat down, suddenly less than inclined to listen in. Chinese girl, quite chill right now. I sat back down. Alright, I'm not gonna eavesdrop. What is this girl doing here anyway? It is the middle of the day. She should be at school like all the good girls and boys. Only useless bastard like me skip school so they can work. Hey, shouldn't you be heading to school? School. What is school? Sigh, forget it. You this Chinese weirdo. It's none of my business anyway. Before I could mount a question over any further, Marcus and the Lee couple returned from the next room. Sorry to keep you waiting. I know you're a busy man, you are. Unfortunately, it will appear that Mr. and Mrs. Lee don't understand how swamped we are. Marcus' voice was laced with sarcasm, but beyond that I could hear agitation in his voice. Maybe he's a bit hungry too? But I think this place serves quite fine dining food, right? With all the wine bottles and all these champagne glasses or wine glasses. In fact, they have been so uncooperative that there has been a change of plans. A change of plans? Exactly what I was thinking. I don't even know what the original plan was. Right, let's click again. That's weird. Click again. Marcus moved towards the young girls I had been conversing with moments ago. She stared at him blankly as she had been staring at me, and he returned her gaze with an angry stare. Marcus, what are you doing? Rather than answer me, Marcus grabbed the girl by her arm and then calmly moved her over to the counter. Drag her. Ha! I really wanted to do this peacefully. Alright, somebody's coming up. Dang. Alright, apparently Marcus just went into Super Saiyan mode and his hair just, flew up. Whoa, can you guys hear the music? Alright, some exciting music going on here. The second Marcus reached the counter, he shifted his grip on the young girl, throwing his arm around her collar. From under the counter, he grabbed the pistol, aiming it at the girl's temple without hesitation. Wait a minute. How did Marcus know that there was a pistol under the counter? It's weird, right? Anyway, I love this music. I was trying to do this by the book. I was trying to be nice. But since you freaking chinks don't understand how to negotiate, I have no choice. I remained seated, shocked by the sudden call to action. Mr. and Mrs. Lee were in a similar situation, immobilized by fear, afraid to take a single step, lest their daughter pay the price in response. We all simply stared at Marcus, eyes wide open, without a clue what he will do next. Now that I've got everyone's attention, May! Alright, so the little girl name is May. Mrs. Lee shouted out, interrupting Marcus' mid-sentence. Please! Why are you doing this to us? Come on, man, Mr. Lee. You know right, Mr. Lee. Just take what you want and leave! Marcus ignored their pleas, violently pushing his gun into May's temple. The instant Mrs. Lee took a step forward. As I was saying, Suho, get over here and empty the cash register. We're robbing them. We are settling a debt. Now get moving. Despite my hesitation, I did as Marcus said. I pushed past the worried parents crumpled on the floor, then made my way over to Marcus' side. I opened the cash register, placed the contents in the takeaway bag, counting the money as I did so. Marcus, there's only less than $100 in here. Hardly worth committing armed assault over. It's true, that's true. I figured as much. The real money is in the bag. Am I right? Mr. Lee looked away as Marcus asked, so that's true, right? Real money? This restaurant is just a front for Mr. Lee's real business. In reality, Mr. Lee here is what you call a money launderer. Unfortunately for him, he also has a nasty habit of gambling, and as it turns out, he sucks at it. Now let's try this again. Pam! Oh my gosh, did he just kill? No, I don't think he shot May, right? Seems like just an open wound, a laceration on the left of her forehead. No, May! Bring me the money! Show me the money! Marcus pistol whipped May, sending her straight to the floor. He then pointed his gun straight at the back of her head, telling her parents exactly what they intended to do. Despite her panic, Mrs. Lee broke free of her husband's grasp, showing no hesitation as she did what Marcus asked. She returned post-haste with a briefcase in hand, practically throwing it towards us before retreating to her husband's side once more. Soho, what are you waiting for? Check the suitcase. Still pointing the gun at his hostage, Marcus sent me to check out his reward. Once again, following his instruction without question, I took the briefcase in both hands, then released the metal latches on top. 6 packets of white flour. Is this cocaine? Maybe, maybe not. Oh, triple dipping are we? Gambling and money laundering not cutting it? So give it a taste. What are you? I'm not telling you to snort it, just give it a little taste. Cut one of the bags open, lick your finger, dip it and rub your finger on your gums. You gotta be kidding me. Asking me to empty a cash register is one thing, but sampling drugs. That is sampling drugs, come on man. I don't even know what this task is supposed to taste like. Hell, I don't even have a knife with me. For sake. Marcus unveiled a knife from behind his back, tossing it to my side and offering me no further leeway. Swallowing the last of my reservation, I took a sturdy blade and sliced open one of the bags. I followed Marcus' instruction and dipped my finger into the bag, taking as small amount as possible and hesitantly rubbing it on my gums. And what I found out was a familiar taste. It is sugar! What? Did he just shoot them? Without saying another word, Marcus pulled out a bullet through the back of May's skull. He then followed up a shot to Mr. Lee's chest. What? And ended with a bullet through Mr. Lee's forehead. Alright, so Mrs. Lee's chest and Mr. Lee's forehead. But why do you have to kill this small girl, right? Maybe you could get them to work for you or something like that, like be a runner. In a matter of a second, he whipped out the Lee's family, quickly murdering them without a moment's hesitation. And as the corpse laid before him, Marcus calmly grabbed the paper full of cash and then waltzed into the next room as casually as ever. Alright, it's like he danced in the next room after killing 3 people. What are you waiting for? We're not done yet. We're not done yet? What? Keep an eye on anything valuable, got it? Whoa, this is quite weird, right? Anyway guys, this seems like a good place to stop for part 8. And of course, we will see the explanation for why Marcus killed him in part 9. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up if possible. And alright, thank you. I'll see you guys in episode 9 or part 9. Thank you for watching. Bye. Whoa. Did you get scared? Well, subscribe to my channel and I promise you, you'll never get scared again. Or watch more videos and you will be able to find your peace in life.